Hi, this is Dr. Bill Berkowitz of Zoe Chiropractic. Thank you so much for your interest, and I want to share some powerful strategies with you today. Before we get to those strategies, I want to give you an understanding, give you a foundation for what I'm going to teach you, and more importantly, why. I really believe that if you understand the why, it helps with the follow-through. And this is not going to work if you do it once. You'll feel the impact of doing it once, but it's going to work with time and repetition. Every single thing that either adds to our health or subtracts from our health is impacted by repetition over time. So if you want to feel better, if you want to be healthier, if you want to have more energy, then you want to do those things that support your health repeatedly over time. So I want to discuss a couple of foundational premises that guide me in everything that I do. These are my beliefs in terms of the body. And here's what they are. I believe the body is intelligent. Why do I believe that? Well, follow the next three things. The body is self-aware. What I mean by that, it is continually monitoring itself so that it can make ongoing adjustments. The body is self-regulating. That's those adjustments. Your body's continually changing depending on the demands put upon it. Your blood pressure, your heart rate, your breathing rate, your blood sugar levels, the oxygenation of your tissues, your digestion, hormonal status, all of those things are being regulated every second of every minute of every day. And lastly, your body is self-healing. We know that. You've had scrapes, you've had bruises, maybe you've broken a bone, you've had the cold, you've had a flu, you've maybe most likely at this point in time had COVID, and no matter what your experience was of those things, you healed. You didn't heal because of the medications that were given to you. You healed because your body did the healing, even if it required a little bit of support from the outside. So if you're experiencing chronic issues, whether they're there with you all the time or they just come back on a repeated basis, it doesn't matter if it's fatigue, if it's pain, if it's stiffness, if it's headaches, if it's migraines, if it's anxiety, if it's digestive problems, hormonal imbalances, insomnia, all of those things, if you're experiencing any of those or more, it's a sign that your body's having a hard time monitoring, regulating, and healing. So you might ask, what's responsible for that interference? Well, let's look at the part of the body or the system of the body that carries out those functions of monitoring, regulating, and healing. It's the nervous system. I like to tell people you live your life through your nervous system. You experience life through your nervous system. And your nervous system is responsible for those duties of monitoring, regulating, and healing. So if you're experiencing challenges, it's a good sign that there's something interfering with your nervous system's ability to carry out those functions. So what I want to teach you is the foundations for building greater health. You see, your nervous system is exposed to stress and has for your entire life. And depending on a number of factors, that can trigger the nervous system to start to go more and more frequently into a state that we call fight or flight, activating what we call the sympathetic portion of the autonomic nervous system. And the more that happens, the more time you spend there. And unfortunately, while there's a lot of great things about that state, the reality is that it interferes with your body's ability to heal and regulate itself. And that leads to recurrent issues. So now, how do we influence that? As a chiropractor, I influence it directly. But I'm going to teach you the baseline of influencing your nervous system that I teach almost every client that comes in. So we're going to talk about breathing. Breathing is an amazing aspect of human physiology. You see, it happens automatically without you having to think about it. You don't have to think about taking a breath. Whether you're awake or whether you're asleep, it happens automatically. However, we can also consciously influence it. Breathing has been called the doorway between the brain and the body, or between the conscious and the unconscious. So we're going to use breath to influence the nervous system. And by doing this, we can help shift you from a place of fight or flight, from a place of survival to a place of rest and recovery. So I want to teach you two things today. They form the basis for every other breathing strategy that I teach, and there are a number of them. But you have to master these two first. And the first one is abdominal breathing. So the easiest way to check this out is to stand in front of a mirror and take a big breath in. And look at your body and see where things move. If you see movement or activity of the muscles of your neck, if you see your shoulders rise up, then that's a sure sign that you're breathing from your upper chest. If you see relatively little movement in through the neck, shoulders, and upper chest, then you're doing pretty well. Here's a way to check that out further. Put a hand on your belly and a hand on your chest, and take a breath in. Most, if not all, of the movement should be happening down in your belly. If your belly isn't extending on the breath in and retracting on the exhale, then you're breathing wrong. So simply, what you want to start to practice abdominal breathing. You can try doing this standing. If you can do it standing, great. Standing is the more challenging place. If you can't do it standing, sit down. Again, put a hand on your belly, one on your chest. You're trying to take a breath in and have the belly come out on the inhale and have the belly retract on the exhale. If it's difficult standing, lie on your back. That'll be the easiest. This might be challenging in the beginning, but keep at it. Within a day or two, you'll start to get it. It'll click. And then you want to practice it on a regular basis. You will notice that when you take a belly breath, your breathing slows down. Your whole body calms down. So that's the first breathing strategy I want to teach you. The next one, which goes along with it, is that notice when you go to take a breath in, do you tend to breathe in through your mouth or in through your nose? Many of us are mouth breathers. And what you want to start to train yourself is to breathe through your nose. So close your mouth and take a breath in through your nose. You will notice automatically and immediately that your breath slows down and that the breathing tends to happen more from the belly. So as long as you're not talking, I don't care if you're in a meeting, on a Zoom call, taking a walk with a dog, if you're not talking with someone, close your mouth and practice breathing through your nose. That's what your nose is for. Yes, it's there to smell things, but it's really there to filter the air, and there's a lot of magical things that happen when you breathe in through your nose that do not happen when you breathe in through your mouth. So those are the two foundational strategies of breathing that will start to shift your nervous system from fight or flight to rest and digest, from a place of survival to a place of healing. If you want to learn more about my practice, which is nervous system based, then make sure to follow me on YouTube, follow me on Facebook at Zoe Chiropractic. You can go to Zoe Chiropractic, ZOE chiropractic.com, and check out my website. But stick with these two strategies and they will yield tremendous benefits, but you need to do them daily. And you need to do them for a period of time. Within 2 or 3 weeks, you will start to notice profound changes in your body's ability to relax and let go of tension. Thank you.